Well, as we mentioned earlier, lawmakers on Capitol Hill have advanced a measure long supported by pro-lifers and many Catholic organizations. But what exactly is the child tax credit and how many people could benefit? Joining us now with more is Joel Griffith, Economic Research Fellow at the Heritage Foundation. Joel, great to see you again. All right, let's talk more about this child tax credit. Who would qualify for it? Meaning, do you have to belong to a certain income bracket? And what exactly is it? Is it a tax deduction or is it more like a stimulus check?
Well, here's the issue with this so-called tax relief package that was passed last night by the House. It's a Trojan horse. It actually greatly expands the entitlement state and the welfare state. We keep hearing about the tax benefits to working families, but in actuality, 91.5% of these so-called tax benefits are actually welfare benefits. They're actually going to people who are not paying income taxes. And if you look at the core of this, it would actually triple the child tax credit for those who are earning less than $10,000 per year. It's a step towards universal basic income. And it also greatly weakens the work requirements that are involved with that credit. There's now a look back period, meaning that you could work 1 year and not work the next or vice versa and still qualify for this supposed tax relief, even though you're not paying any taxes.
So, Joel, what are we saying here, though? Is this something that people automatically see in their checking accounts if they have direct deposit, or are they getting a check? How is this working out? Do they take it off their taxes? What are they planning here?
Yeah, this will come into effect when you file your taxes, whether you're paying taxes or not. If you pay taxes and you qualify for this credit, it'll operate basically as a partial refund. But the welfare component is where if you're not paying taxes, you still may receive thousands of dollars. It actually triples that level, $10,000 for 3 children if you're earning right at around $10,000 per year. And here's another big problem with this. It'll actually allow those who are here illegally to qualify for this because you don't need a social security number to actually file for this. Only the dependents need the social security number. So this is going to be yet another incentive for individuals to come here illegally.
What about folks, say, single moms? Do you know what the actual requirement is for you to get this benefit?
Well, there'll be a phase in depending on your income, but for the additional child tax credit, that's where we're most concerned about, because the additional child tax credit is not an actual tax refund or a tax deduction. That is basically a cash welfare benefit. And so we keep hearing about the expansion of the child tax credit component. That is just a small fraction. The 91.5% of this is actually an expansion of the welfare state.
Of course, Joel, as you know, this is not a done deal yet. It still has to pass the Senate. But previously mentioned, this does have bipartisan support. I don't hear a lot of support on your end for this. So what do you think we should be doing to better help families in certain situations?
Well, we have to ask ourselves, too, why is there such broad bipartisan support? More Democrats than Republicans actually voted for this. And there's two big components. There's the welfare expansion. There's also a lot of cronyist tax giveaways. Of course, lower taxes on businesses, lower taxes on research and development, and allowing businesses to expense that immediately. That's a positive for the economy. But a big part of the tax cuts of this package are actually allowing companies to receive retroactive benefit for things they've already purchased in terms of research and development. That does not have any positive economic growth. So what we end up getting here is a permanent expansion of the welfare state in exchange for mainly cronyist tax benefits and $155 billion of additional deficit spending over the next 2 years. We're already suffering from the enormous spending growth in the last part of the Trump administration and then into the Biden administration, with Democrats and Republicans both coming together to spend inordinate amounts of money. And we're suffering from that right now with higher inflation. Unfortunately, this so-called tax relief, it's not truly tax relief. Is going to saddle us with yet more deficits, expand the welfare state, and give us a slew of cronyist business benefits that will not yield economic growth.
All right, Joel, we're going to leave it there. Thank you so much for coming on. Hopefully next time we'll have better news to talk about.
Thank you.